welcome back to another episode of Sit with Shy. Today I'm joined by Niesha, and she's going to talk a little bit about her business, veganism, plant-based milk, and a bunch of other things. But before we delve into the episode, can you briefly tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hello, everyone. Good morning. So my name is Niesha. I am the Nilk Lady of Handcrafted Nilk. It's been a journey for sure. I know when you first start a business, you go through the ups and downs, even throughout from the inception till now. It's always going to be, something. And it's been a very interesting journey, and I'm very thankful for it because you live and you learn. And I've been learning every single day since I started blending up and squeezing nuts. So it's been pretty fun for me. And it's always a learning opportunity because I learn something new every day for sure.
Fantastic. It sounds like you really enjoy what you do, which makes it all worthwhile, doesn't it?
Yeah. Definitely is worthwhile.
And how long have you been running your business for?
So I actually started not on paper 2018, and that's been fun. But 2020 was the real deal for me. Yeah, I did registered as an LLC and everything, and then just rolling for me.
Well, congratulations for that. It's good to hear that your business is like growing from strength to strength.
Yes, thank you so much.
You're welcome. So can you tell us a little bit about your name? So Handcrafted Nilk, where did you kind of get that from?
So the name first came from just handcrafting myself because I do use my hands. I use like a cheesecloth and everything after I blend up things because originally I forgot what it's called, but I was using a tool to really grind down the nuts, add water. And this was just when I started on my own. Yeah. When I realized that I was making larger amounts of Nilk, then I got a blender. And basically I just put my nuts in, add some water, add whatever ingredients I need to blend them up. And then I drain them with a cheesecloth, and then I just, and then I transfer them over and do my little technique to make my Nilk. And that's really how it started for me. And I think when I first started doing it, it was a little bit more difficult because I was using the cheesecloth. I was actually using a like a strainer, but particles would still get inside, like little pieces from the almonds and stuff would still get inside. So eventually through research and just trying out different things, a cheesecloth and a strainer works for me. So a lot less little particles and stuff. But because I know some of my first customers or my friends, they didn't tell me. They just like, oh my God, I'm like, no, tell me what's wrong. Because in a store, when I would get, almond milk purchasing and everything, you wouldn't have those little grain or particles inside of your milk. Yeah, it was very, very much strained out. But you still would have the settling. So you still shake it up and everything, but definitely not where you can chew little pieces or whatever nut I would use. But
fantastic.
That is my little process.
It's good though that you've learned through like trial and error, kind of like
lots of trial and error. Lots of trial and error. Yes.
Is that something that you would kind of advise to people that are like starting out their own business to be okay with like your product being where you want it to be?
1,000%, because guess what? Rome was not built in one day, like they always say. And even when you start a job, you go through training, you go through background checks, you go through different things. You don't just hop into your job right away first day. So I think with a lot of people, they become discouraged off of the issues that they may come across or problems and things like that. And I don't think you should be, because this is life. We're here to learn off of everything, because I feel like I'm a student of life. So a lot of the things that happen in my life, like the other day, that was a learning experience between us. But so it's been a lot of fun for sure.
That's really good advice. Thank you for that. Actually, I want to ask you as well, what actually made you want to start this particular business? What made you want to start it?
Dairy is not my friend. Sometimes I have oh my God, I want a slice of pizza. Or, oh my God, I want some mac and cheese or something like that. And I think back then, I know it was around like 2016, 2017, I was vegan. So that really jump started me into saying, hey, I think, I can do this. So I started doing something, but it wasn't serious until 2018 when I realized every time I would eat like a slice of pizza or have mac and cheese, and a lot of it back then, my stomach would just turn. And, I always heard that we're not supposed to drink cow's milk, but most of us, since childhood, elementary, primary school. We've been drinking it, and even before, sometimes at home. So I think that's what really pushed me into trying something different. And I saw it, and I think it was like YouTube University, of course, and just research going on Google or whatnot, and just trying to see like some different alternatives. Because I know I tried soy milk before too on my own, and it just didn't taste how I wanted it to taste. Yeah. So I was trying different things, and I was like, okay, almond milk. All right, let's see how that works for me. And then I was like, well, I can probably make my own. Yeah. Let me try that. So of course, with some more research and everything, that's when I started, and I was like, if this is definitely for me, I think I can do this. And I've been experimenting. I think that's the fun part, the experimenting, trying different flavors, and just saying like, yeah, all right. But yeah, it was definitely me going vegan that really pushed me into doing it for sure.
Yeah. So since that you're coming at like the angle of like being like more health conscious, since you transitioned to drinking plant-based or like nut-based milk, what things have you what positive changes have you noticed within like
man. Well, one good thing was weight wise for sure. Yeah, I noticed like I lost weight. I know with a lot of things that we drink, like if you drink soda or things that are heavy in sugar, sodium, you put on weight. So I noticed for me personally, I'm drinking a lot more healthier. I lost weight. My face cleared up because I'm not drinking as much or eating as much dairy as I did in the past. I cut it back significantly. So weight for sure, health-wise, my face cleared up. I just feel better. Yeah. I don't get the same tummy aches for sure that I do with dairy. And even now when I do decide like, okay, maybe I want like something with dairy in it, I don't have as much as I did for sure. But it was the dairy that would kill me and send me to the bathroom.
Okay, cool. Like how would you recommend then someone to kind of like cut down as much as you did? So if someone drastically drinks a lot of milk, for example, how are they going to go to not having any dairy?
I'd say start off slow, because it wasn't easy for me because I still love things with a lot of dairy. But even now, I found recipes for mac and cheese with almond milk or with cashew milk. And I've tried them with my own experiment. Like I've made like a cashew almond blend on my own. It's not up for sale just yet because I'm not there with the blends, but on my own, I've tried that and it came out really good. And I was really surprised. I was like, oh my God, if I ever feel like I want some mac and cheese, I just get the ingredients like nutritional yeast. I make a batch of some milk, use some vegan butter, get my macaroni, my elbow macaroni, and I just make whatever I want to. And it comes out really good if you season it well, of course, because seasonings are what take us to another level. So just make sure that when you're starting out, you don't have to do it cold turkey, because even for veganism, I went cold turkey. It was like one day I was eating meat and the next day I just stopped completely. Wow. If you feel like it may be difficult for you, I say maybe just buy like a little bit of almond milk, a brand that you research on and you feel like is true. To what they say, because even though they're in the store and they sell them, it doesn't mean that they're 100% good for you. You can also go out and make your own too. So I would say start off slow, do your research first, because a lot of people, they're allergic to nuts. True. And if you've never had certain type of nuts or experimented eating different things, I would say for sure do that. See if you're allergic to them. See, maybe your own palate, taste test, get a few different brands, try this, like, okay, I don't like this one. Okay, this one, I'm like a texture or consistency person. So if the texture isn't good for me or the consistency isn't good, I can't eat or drink it. Yeah. So I know for sure for me, I had to do my own research and then just taste test. So that's one thing for some people. If you want to start trying out different plant-based milks or vegan milks or anything like that, for sure, do your research and then just start taste testing different things and see like in your favorite recipes. Like I know I made a cake a long time ago too, and I made it with some of my almond milk and it came out really good. And I actually used, instead of egg, somebody recommended like a just egg, but I used applesauce and bananas and it came out so good. And I was like, I didn't have I didn't have egg or dairy in it and it came out so good. So I think when you're determined off of not doing something, you will find a way for sure. Even if it doesn't come out 100% the way you want it, you can find a way.
Yeah. Brilliant. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I wanted to ask as well, like, you use almonds. Why specifically almonds? Because I know that there's like oat milk or coconut milk. Is there a reason why you chose almonds?
So I think that was like the popular thing in the beginning, like almond milk. That's what I would just hear about, almond milk. But I experimented with so many different things, like hemp seeds. Yeah, I've done hemp seeds, cashew. I've done the cashew. I've done oat. And these are things that I'm not selling right now. I'm just getting in the process. But I started off with almonds because that was the hype. So I was like, well, let me try it. And the consistency of almond milk is really good. But the consistency of oat milk is really good. And then when I did the blend, which is still not on sale just yet, it was so good. Yeah. I was so surprised at how creamy it was, you know, and the texture. And like I said, I'm a consistency and texture person, so I loved it. And it tastes really good. You know, I think with a lot of people, they want to find something that's similar to cow's milk or any dairy milk, because some people drink oat milk too. So they want like that consistency. They want to be able to wake up and just pour milk into their cereal, you know, and things like that. Or even in their coffee. I have a friend, when she purchases, you know, some of my milk or my Nilk, she'll actually use it for her creamer, for her coffee, and she loves that because she was, you know what, I don't want to use milk anymore. And very slowly, like she was buying a brand, she was like, nah, it just doesn't give me. And the good thing with me, I handcraft it, so you know what's going into it, you know that it's fresh, you know, and things like that. So that was really something that pushed me into it for sure.
That's awesome. What are some of the differences then between, obviously handmade milk is much better, but for people that might not know, why is it better than buying store-bought, for example?
I feel like it's better because I know what's going in there. Like I said, you can go to the grocery store, pick up any, you know, bottle of milk or gallon of milk and look at the back of it. If it's not cow's, let's say it is, you know, like an almond or a cashew milk, a lot of it contains like emulsifiers, you know, guar, things like that. And if you are wanting to be straight raw, vegan, you know, you don't want all the extra stuff in it. I know that what I'm making doesn't contain, you know, a lot of the extraness. And that's what some people, they see that. And, you know, granted, I'm guilty of it too, because when I drink other ones, I'm like, oh, okay. You know, but you try to go for the healthiest, you know, because it is time consuming. Even to make milk, it is very time consuming. Like let's say I want to make like 2 bottles. You know, I start from the day before, so I know that I'll have this many ingredients in there or this many ingredients. It's not a whole list that you see sometimes. Like when you go and buy cow's milk, you see 100% milk, you know, but then I think about a video I saw and how it was filled with like blood and pus, and that really turned me off. Yeah, that really turned me off. Yeah, that one really turned me off. Like, but then they'll like, to get it white, to get the milk white, they like not bleach it, but they clean it and everything and get rid of all the rest of the stuff. And that was something else too, to add on to what I was saying earlier. Less mucus. You know, a lot of people, they'll wake up and they'll have like sinus problems or like a throat, like they can't, you'll like feel all the phlegm. Yeah, no, I don't get that as much as I used to when I would drink cow's milk every day with my cereal or something. So, yeah.
You're really selling it. I mean, to be honest, it seems much better to just try and go completely like.
Listen,
yeah,
it's not an easy thing, especially like if you know, I love my cow's milk because I know people that do, and it's hard for them. But then, like I had like a sampling one day, and I let them try, and I was like, oh my god! Like I told them, of course, this is almond. You know, just know it's not cow's milk, but try it. You know. Try it. I gave them a sample of a little bit of cow's milk if they did cow's milk, and with a sample of mine, and I let them try both. Like, you tell me, like, which one tastes better, you know? So, and then I think the best thing with me, again, you know, that I didn't have to bleach anything. I didn't have to, you know, get rid of blood outside. And then one thing, like I always hear, like, we're not baby cows, we're not calves. You should not be drinking their milk. So, but again, from primary and even before, a lot of us were drinking and eating things with dairy in it. So I understand that it can be hard. Yeah. Believe in yourself for sure.
Even me, like I'll put my hands up. I'm the type of person, I quite like cheese. I'm eating cheese a lot.
Listen, the cheese sticks, the things that dairy, we're in a chokehold, okay? Cheese sticks, cheese puffs, Cheez-Its, cheese, macaroni and cheese. I know it's hard, but they have so many different vegan or vegetarian or something different for people out here. If you decide that, hey, let me just try it, you know, my health, they say I should cut back on dairy. Let me try some other alternatives.
Yeah.
For sure, you will see a difference, especially with the mucus and the phlegm. You will see a difference because dairy has something in it that just that's us in the chokehold. I'm telling you, man, we're in a chokehold off of it.
Yeah. I would say as well, what I really appreciate about your brand is like your packaging. So when I was looking at some of your bottles, they're like really glass. They're like glass based.
Yeah,
and did you do that purposely, or was it just
nope? So I started off with glass regardless. I had a 16-ounce bottle with like a clasp, and then I had a jar for my 32-ounce. And you know what happened? COVID actually took away some of my bottles. My manufacturer just stopped because of COVID. And then I reached out to like 3 different stores to try to get them. The only way I was able to actually come up with some more inventory was I did a road trip, and I actually went to different locations and I bought a good amount of theirs until all of my inventory was gone. But after that, it was really hard to find because the manufacturer just stopped because of COVID. So I had to find other bottles. So I think I went shopping one day and randomly I found like the perfect bottle. My new bottles now, which I'm going to introduce like fully. And then some of the pictures that you've seen, they have like that white top on them and everything like that. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to be able to like recycle, you know, and like, let's say somebody purchases a bottle. If you purchase a bottle from me and it's glass and everything like that, and you return it back to me, just like they used to do in the old days of the milkman, but now it's the Nilk Lady. You purchase a bottle and you give that bottle back to me for a refill. I'll take some dollars off, and then you don't have to waste plastic. You don't have to waste that. It's recycled. Yeah. So of course it'll go through the cleaning and everything like that. And then you can get the bottle back, and then you get your Nilk right out of that bottle. And I think that that's better for the environment. No plastic. I really try to stay away from plastic, but the glass is like this, and it gives that classic look. So I love that. I love that.
I love that. You're not only looking out for health, but you're looking out for the environment too.
Yeah. Because I know me, like, I know even with water, like traveling and things like that, that's like a number one thing. Recycling and water, those are 2 big things. So I thought with my business, you know, instead of buying so many, have like 1,000 bottles in inventory, I can have that, of course, you know, for different sales, but why not just recycle it? Why not just clean it, you know, of course, to the grade A cleaning standards. You know, I've been in food service for over 15 years, so I'm pretty good on cleaning, you know, like why can't I do that and save the environment at the same time? Like, I'm giving out a great product, I'm giving good service because I offer delivery, and also I can recycle these bottles. Why not? You know, make sure that they're clean thoroughly and then just give them right back out, because that's what they did back in the day too. They would set out the milk bottles, take them back, refill them, send them right back out. So I was like, oh man, that's genius. You know, less waste. Why not?
Do you ship to the UK by any chance, or is it just the US at the moment?
So as of right now, when I get there, I want to ship. I want to be international for sure. I want to be international selling for sure, because I have so many plans. I think when you're a business owner, whether it be small or big, you have so many ideas, and you're like, oh my God, I want to do this. And I'm super excited for a lot of the things that I have. So I'm like, oh my God, I really want to do this. Wait, no. So let me just write it down. Okay. Oh, I really want to do this. No, wait. No, okay. But that's definitely one. I had a company out in California, and they wanted my Nilk in their business, and I was so thrilled. The only thing, I had to figure out how to get it to them, and I was like, oh man, okay, it's quite pricey to ship 32-ounce bottles full of liquid, because they go by weight. And internationally, oh God, it'd probably be even more. So as of right now, no tears, but you never know. You never know what the future holds. If I get to where I want to be, I want to be all over the world.
Not if, when you get to where you want to be.
Right, when we speak into existence. When, I love that. Thank you. Yeah, we speak it into existence. When I get overseas, I will be in all of the markets, and I'm going to be so happy, because even then, who knows, I can do the same thing like I'm doing here, you know, do the recycling, do the delivery, everything. I want it to be just like that old milkman, but the Nilk Lady, you know, for sure.
Well, we're patiently waiting, and I'm looking forward to when that happens. So do let me know.
I'm looking forward to it
too. What's been the best thing about running your business so far, do you think?
I think the trials and error. Yeah. Those definitely, because I learned from them. Like, even right now, I'm dealing with something, and at first I was like, what am I supposed to do? But you will find a way. You will find a way once you're dedicated and you're determined. And I feel like if you have faith in everything and your product and what you're doing, yes, it can happen. And as long as you just keep going, I think a lot of people, unfortunately, give up, you know, whether it be the beginning, halfway through, or right as soon as they have that breakthrough. You know, I remember seeing a photo, and it was like somebody was digging, and right as soon as they almost got to the diamond, they stopped. But the other person kept going, and they struck, you know, the diamond. And it was like, oh my God, because they kept going and they didn't give up, and they believed in themselves, and they were persistent. They were like, yeah, I have to do this. Nothing's going to stop me. So I think the one thing that always gets me is something that comes up out of nowhere, and I'm like, oh my God, what should I do? I'll go to YouTube University. I'll go right to Google. I will go to my books. I will try to figure out a way to fix the issue or fix the problem. But it's like a learning opportunity, so I don't make the same mistake, and I can pass it on to other business owners. And their business owners help me too. I'll reach out to some of my friends that have businesses if I don't know something. And I think, and that's just being honest, you know, I don't know everything. There's so many things you learn. So it's like, especially, have you been through every situation? No, I have not. So when a situation occurs, I'm like, okay, how can I fix this? You know, what can I do to, you know, get this fixed? Because I'm overwhelmed sometimes with some of the things that happen. And I'm like, no, let me just take it easy. You know, let me just try to, you know, figure out how to fix the issue. I think that's the one thing. People, don't be scared of the problems that happen. Just tackle them and just get through them, and just have faith that everything will work out the way it's supposed to work out too.
That's good advice there. How have you been able to network and meet like-minded people by running your business?
Yes, I have. So I've been to so many different networking events. I remember when I was in California, I was at a location, and I met the gentleman of the store who wanted to have my business. And I remember, like, I was talking to him, and then another business owner came in, and then her and I started talking, and then another person came in, and then it was so nice. It was so nice because like-minded people, oh God, top tier. So traveling has helped me. When I do like samplings, that's a good networking opportunity, because a lot of people want to know, like, oh my God, how do you do this? And I make like a joke. I'm saying like, oh yeah. So I get up at like 4:00 in the morning and I just start squeezing nuts. Like it takes me forever. They're like, oh my. And that's like the joke that I always make. In reality, I don't, you know, I just tell them and everything. So I think talking to people and then just explaining to them, like, because a lot of people are really interested, you know, on how you do things, you know, hey, what if this happens? I'm like, hey, if it happens, it happens. And I just learn to work through it. And that's the number one thing. Never, ever, ever give up. If you, you know, encounter something that it feels like, or it looks like it's going to, you know, be a problem, you know what you do with problems, you know, you fix them, you know, you solve them. And it's a problem solving game. Business is a problem solving game. If CEOs of, you know, Amazon or so many other companies, you know, can have issues and they can fix them, so can I. And I'm smaller, I'm on a smaller scale, but one day I will be up there too with them. So I feel like if I can see a lot of these people handle their issues, and it may not be easy, but they can handle them and solve them, I'm good. I'm great.
One thing I've noticed you is that you're very vibrant and you're very personable, and you're do you think you need those qualities to be like a good business person?
Me personally, I can't speak for everybody. For me, that's who I am. So I feel like, yeah, it does, because I've gone to, let's say I go to a grocery store, or a restaurant or something. If the person that greets you, they're just very dull and just, hi, welcome to, I'm not going to be as excited versus somebody's like, hi, welcome to, this occasion. Like, we're happy to have you. Like, I think I go with the person that's excited and like you want me there, and I've always been this way. This is my life. It's just who I am as a person. So I think when you're meeting people, I want to have the best first impression of you, because that'll make me remember you.
It's true.
That'll make me remember you. Or even if you are dull, I will remember that. And I'm like, like, granted, I may have caught you on a bad day, things like that. But I think a first impression it's a lasting impression. So yeah, for me, that's just my personality, but it does help me for sure. It does help me in just being who I am and meeting people and them getting to know me and everything like that. And they know that I'm just vibrant and everything, very, very personally. But yeah.
Thank you. So like someone who's looking to start a food-based or drink-based business, if you had to give them like 3 bits of advice, what would you say? What's the top 3 things?
Okay. Do your research. Okay. Never give up, and believe in yourself. Yeah, believe in yourself, because a lot of people along the way, sometimes you may like come across something and you may be like, oh, this is too much for me. But if you need help, I feel like the best thing you can do is reach out to people. If you have a good support team or a good support system, reach out to people. This is why networking does help too. I have so many other friends that are in business, and I reach out to them that are very successful, and I reach out to them even more. Because obviously you're doing something right, you're doing something right. So why can't I trust your advice, because people say like constructive criticism or constructive feedback. I want that. I want you to tell me what I'm doing wrong. I want you to tell me like, hey, if you do this, maybe this can help you, especially if I'm reaching out to you. It's one thing when I'm getting unsolicited advice. Like I don't ask you for anything, but I'm reaching out for the help. So never be afraid, and, believe in yourself for sure. And if you believe in yourself and you have like that faith, I think that's up there too with that. Faith is definitely, I don't even want to say that's one of the 3 things. Have that just in general, and whatever you're doing in life, in business, have that faith, because you will come across things that'll make you be like, all right, I want to give up. I can't do this anymore, because it can be very overwhelming, especially if it's just one of you, doing everything. I'm thankful that, especially in the beginning, I had a partner to help me out with a lot of my business problems, the back end, some of the front end work. I'm more so the front end, and he was the back end. But he helped me out so much, and I'm so thankful for him, because, oh my God. So if you have a business partner, just make sure that person is, you can trust them. You can go to them when you have the issues, but that faith for sure, have that, not even having it on your 3 things, but have that faith outside of those 3 things. And I feel like if you believe in it, you can achieve what you desire, especially in business. And just don't give up. Just don't give up. Because there will be times you want to, and you're like, man, it costs me more, to deal with these, because I've run across that where I'm not making any money off of my business, but I'm spending money, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? Like, I'm just spending the money. But I've always learned you have to spend money to make money. So guess what? I'm marketing. I'm pouring into buying this inventory. I'm going to these events. I'm doing samplings. I have to spend money. I have to spend money on gas. I have to spend money on my products, and I get fresh ingredients too. I don't try to get like, I know I went picking for strawberries for an order. Like, yeah, and I'm trying to go straight through like farmers, like small farmers markets and things like that. Thank God there was a local farmers market, and they have like a strawberry field. Hello, I make strawberry almond milk. So yeah, it was like perfect for me. And I try to go to people that are pesticide free, and I can trust their products, and I can trust, and I know that the strawberries are fresh. I just cut them off of the little bush. I know I just did that. So yeah, your integrity is something up there too, and that goes with that. But just believe in yourself. Never give up. For sure.
I could actually listen to you talk all day. I like enthusiasm for life. It's so nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So you mentioned like strawberries in your milk. What flavors of milk do you do?
I do my original, which is no flavor. I do chocolate, which is my favorite. Yeah. I do strawberry, and I do vanilla. And then I also have like a LTO or a limited time offer, which was like a cinnamon chocolate. Mm-hmm. So, and I'm experimenting with different flavors. Some of them aren't working. Some of them are because of the acidity and because it's raw. Mm-hmm. So I don't cook anything. It's raw. So those are the flavors that I offer. But my chocolate is my favorite because I grew up loving chocolate milk. Like I needed chocolate milk every day. That's probably why I'm in some of the health problems that I was in, because I needed chocolate every day. But chocolate is my favorite. And like I said, I've been experimenting with different flavors. Some of them work. Some of them don't work. But I want to give people like Nesquik, that's a brand too. I want to have something like that. Like, oh man, I just want some milk. Like, let me go grab some handcrafted Nilk, a chocolate one. Yeah, go to the market and grab one of them. So yeah, that's where I am right now with my flavors. There will be more coming though, because I'm doing blends and I'm trying so many different things, and it's fun. I think that's one fun thing for sure, the experimenting, trying different blends.
Mm-hmm. Where can people come to buy some of your milk? Have you got a website, or can they go Instagram?
So as of right now, our website, Handcrafted Nilk, is under construction. My business partner is taking care of that for me. Mm-hmm. But you can DM me on Instagram. Also email me on my backup email right now, because we're having some technical back end issues. So I had to change everything. But yeah, that's where you can find me. Handcrafted Nilk on Facebook, Handcrafted Nilk on Instagram, or you can email us at handcraftednilk at gmail.com.
I'll be sure to put it in the description box so people can reach out.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I wanted to thank you so much for coming on the podcast today. It's been a really fun conversation. Yeah.
Thank you for having me. Trust me, listen, it was so funny. Like, I'll just say this too. So I lost my phone last night, right? These are the funny things that happen. I set my alarm for 8 o'clock today, right? Because I knew the meeting was at 9. My watch went off and I was like, oh yeah, okay, but where's my phone?
Yeah.
So I'm still looking for my phone, okay? Oh. Because my cousin is having her going away shindig and everything. So we're over here having fun. And girl, I don't know what happened to my phone. I thought her couch ate my phone. Still can't find it. And I'm thankful that my watch, this is technology. This is another thing. Mm-hmm. If you are a business owner, invest in some good technology, okay? Invest in a good laptop, invest in good tablets, invest in things that can help your business, not hurt your business. You need to have a computer to do business, whether it be a laptop, whether it be, like a desktop. You need that. Trust me. Get that PC, honey. Invest in, phone. Like, I recently updated all of my phone information. And so invest in good marketing. There's so many other little things too that you'll find out along the way that'll help you out as a business owner, as a business entirely, because a lot of times you are not, like, you're your company, but you are not your company. People will see your logo. They won't see me. They won't see hi Niesha. They will see my logo. They'll see me too. And, maybe they'll see like my back end help or things like that. But for sure, make good investments in your business. And I feel like if you make those good investments today, in the next 5 years, it'll just blossom. It's like I plant the seed and the last thing to bear is the fruit. Mm-hmm. I'm still bearing. My fruit is still, like, I'm still growing. My seed is still growing, and I'm so thankful for it because it's not an overnight thing. Like I said, Rome wasn't built in one day. People get discouraged off of not things turning over fast enough. Like in the beginning, I didn't have sales, and I was on hiatus for a while because I do other things outside of my business. So even me coming back, it was like, oh man, am I gonna have the same customers? Am I? Oh my God, I have to update this. Oh my God, how are they going to get in contact with me? What if my Instagram was down one day? Like, I will find a way to make sure that things are working, where my customers or my supporters can reach out to me and tell me whatever they need to tell me. So good investments for sure, top tier. Good investments on things. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Invaluable advice, to be honest. It's very true what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, trust me. And I'm still learning. Like, somebody told me something the other day and it went over my head when she was telling me, and I was like, you are so right. I really have to sit down and think about it, because I came to her with an issue and she was like, well, why don't you do this? And I was like, I don't know. Why didn't I do it? Because sometimes as a business owner, like, it's not that I know everything, but it's like, I want to try it for myself too. Like, I don't want to go out for help at first.
Yeah.
I want to see and try to see if I can troubleshoot myself. And then if I can't, then I reach out for the help. But never be afraid to reach out for help, because trust me, you will go through things that have you stumped, dumbfounded even. Like, how did this happen? Like, I know I tried to make, like, I think I told you the other day, like, an almond blend, and it was strawberry and banana. That did not work. That did not work. It's the acidity, and because a lot of fruits, they do have acidity, and I use strawberries and they do. It was something when I blended up with that banana, it was sour the next day, and I was like, how? But now I want to try it again, doing a different technique. So it's like that. You have those fun off days where you're like, I think I want to do this. Let me try this. Because I tried it. Like, in the beginning, I remember I did boil my almonds. Obviously, it's not raw anymore. I just cooked you guys. So then I had to stop with that. But I was like, no, I feel like when you cook things, you take away the nutritional value. You take away a lot of the things. So I stopped that, because I couldn't say that I was raw, vegan, delicious then. I could just say that I'm delicious and vegan, but not 100%. Yeah, like, I've had people, I remember somebody was telling me about honey because they wanted to know, like, what sweeteners I was using. I was like, well, I'm not using honey. It's like, yeah, because if you were using honey, then it couldn't be vegan. I've heard that. I've heard people argue that because honey is derived from bee. It can't be vegan. And people will argue down off of those words, raw, vegan, like, and don't be afraid. Like, that's another thing. Don't be afraid to go back and forth with people on things like that. Put your foot down. And if you believe, like, do your research. Don't sound like an idiot, too. Do your research and understand what, you're saying or what you're promoting. I think that's something. If you're promoting this, try to understand what you're promoting, so then you can give a clear explanation to people of what you're promoting. Because if somebody's asking you a question, you're like, I can't trust you. You don't even know what you're talking about. And I learn something every day. So you can easily say, hey, I don't know, but I'll find out. I'll find out, just like at work. If a customer comes in and they're talking to you and they're like, hey, what comes on, that sandwich? And you're like, well, I walked in as a customer and, like, you work here. You don't know what goes on the sandwich? I don't know. Because if you tell me it comes with no mustard, like, that's something else. If you tell me it comes with no mustard, let's just say I'm allergic to mustard. You tell me it comes with no mustard, I get it. I take a fat bite and I'm, like, in heaven. And then I realize there's mustard there. Let's say I have an anaphylactic shock. Oh my God, I'm about to die off of your misinformation. No. And I had somebody tell me that too. He's diabetic. So the best thing is with my almond milk, with handcrafted Nilk, you can have this sweetened with my sweetener or not, because I handcraft it. It doesn't have to come, sweetened. I can put less of, my preservative, which is salt. I use salt for my preservative and everything like that. So I think with people telling me that, I caught on and I was like, so putting the proper nutritional facts, that's one. I'm making the investment now into going through a food scientist so I can get the proper ingredients to put on the bottle, because I remember I had a label a long time ago and it was an innocent mistake. I remember just research, like, hey, if I use this many almonds, how much of it, would be in there? And whatever nutritional facts I found online, I put that on my bottle. And then somebody brought up a good question. And I was like, you know what? That is so true. So I changed my label. I removed my original label and I changed it completely. And it was crazy because I printed out like over 100 of them. I had to go back to the drawing board, but that was a lesson for me. Don't put out misinformation. I want to have whatever I'm putting in my product, on my product, and I want people to trust that and not question, you know, different things. That's why I'm saying, like, your integrity is 1,000%. I don't know everything. I'm not a walking vegan or a walking, you know it all. I have to go and do my own research too. I learn something new every day. So if people get scared off of people questioning, don't be scared. Like, hold your ground. Like, you can tell them you don't know, or I'm learning. I'm in the process of learning.
Yeah.
That's okay. You know, believe in yourself, because you will come across, you know, things like that. I know I was doing like some back end paperwork, and I found out something, because, you know, to register your business, you have to pay for certain things. I remember a friend of mine, she said when she first started out, she didn't know she had to pay by like May 1st. She totally forgot. She lost her business name, like registered, and she had to pay like, I think almost $500 or something like that to get her name back if she wanted to keep that name. And that was a mistake on her end that she learned very on, and she's not going to make that same mistake. Yeah. I would hate to dish out. What is that? So like in the UK, that was almost like 500 pounds. That's a lot of money. Okay. That is a lot of money to take that money and buy more product, more inventory, you know, do more research, like go on trips to do different things. Like, I know I was Googling one day and it was crazy. I actually found a company with a similar name.
Oh, really? Oh no. Yeah.
Yes. And I was like, oh my God, they're not here in the USA though.
Okay.
They're actually overseas. I think they're in Germany. Yeah, but they don't have an online presence anymore. I think now you can only go into a store and find them. Yeah. And that, I was so blown away. I was like, what? Because a lot of people are like, well, where did Nilk come from? Like, what is Nilk? And then I have to explain to them, like, well, that's nut milk. And I was like, oh, I thought it was for Niesha. And I was like, I mean, it can be too. It can be, but I try to make it like logically, it makes sense and everything like that. So I was like, no, nut milk, like, you know how it's nuts. It's so yeah, so that was my reasoning behind it. But and I think it's fun too when you're explaining to people certain things and different questions and stuff like that. But yeah,
constantly learning, never stop learning, and
never
just
stop learning. Never stop learning. Be a student of life.
Yeah.
Period.
Period. All right. I wish you literally all the best with your business. I know it's going to go from strength to strength, and we honestly can't wait until it comes here in the UK. So patiently.
You will be the first person to know. I will call him like, look, girl, I got a contract, you know, in a major grocery store, and that's really what I want. Like, I want people to understand that. I think when people get into business and they do it just for money, you have to be passionate about it. You have to really think about it like your baby. That's what I heard somebody say, and also my business partner told me the same thing at the time. He was like, no, like, you have to treat it like your baby. You know, you spend money on your children. You know, you have to take them to the doctor. You have to clothe them, feed them, you know, all of that, you know, from them in primary school, from in elementary, from out of the womb, you know, things like that. You have to nurture them. So your business is your baby, and your baby will sometimes get sick, you know, in a way. Your baby will sometimes be out of commission, like so many different things. So make sure that you take care of your baby and you believe in the product that you have, and be honest about certain things that happen. If somebody has a question, I honestly, I don't know. You know, I don't know, but I can find out. I'm still learning myself off of things, and I've started officially in 2020. So 3 years officially, like trying to establish my business out here in this world. And again, when I've looked at other companies, you know, they started in their garage, and now they're a multi-billion-dollar company. You know, they started at a friend's house. You know, they started in their mom's living room. And look at them now. So I know people also say like comparison is a thief of joy. I don't try to compare, but I also try to look at it and like, okay, well, you're doing something right. You're successful. What did you do? You know, you want to follow or focus on people that are doing the same thing, like-minded people that are doing the same thing as you, and they're going in the right direction, you know, or you have a partner or a friend that says, hey, but what if you try this, you know, would this work? Like, oh, I don't know. Let me see if it'll work. Let me see if it'll work. Do the experiments, try different things, do your research, call, make phone calls, you know. There's nothing wrong because this is your baby and you want to see it grow. You have to water it. You have to water that seed. I planted the seed so long ago. Maybe I thought it was going to take off and be in a grocery store by now. Who knows? It's okay that it's not, because everything happens for a reason. I believe in that 1,000%. Everything happens for a reason. And I do believe that all of the universe will conspire for me, because why not? You know, I feel like if you're working towards it and you're going, you're not stopping. You wake up every day with a purpose. You wake up and you say, hey, I'm going to do something for my business. Like the other day, I woke up in the middle of the night with an idea. I had to find a pen and a paper and write it down, because I was like, oh my God, this may work for me. If it doesn't work, it doesn't, but it's okay, because it's the fun part about it. Like, you know, I know I want to be over here. You know I want to make it to point Z, but I'm still at A. Okay. All right. B going forward is going to be so much fun. I'm here at A, but I jumped to B. I'm like, all right, now let me see C. It's the journey. The journey is, oh my God, like everything that I had to go through to get through this, it builds me like everything. And my foundation is strong. My morals, my integrity, it's strong. And that's just going to keep me going. And I'm so excited to learn different things. I'm like, ooh, let me see this. I've never heard of this. Like one of the blends that I'm working on right now, I never heard of that blend. And I was like, I think people like it. So I let one of my friends try it. She hated it. I was like, that's okay. That's okay. Because guess what? How many, like when you watch a commercial, because right now I'm also working on a commercial. How many commercials do you see and you're like, okay, all right, that, I think I want to go buy that now. I'm hooked. Like, you marketed that so good. Like now I want to try it. It's true. You put it out there. You put it out there, and now like my eyes are straight, like, and I'm thinking about it all day. When children see toys on TV and they're like, "Mommy, I want this." I want it to be like that. Because sometimes, and then they say like people eat with their eyes and things like that. Yes. It appeals to me like, oh my God, I want this. Like, how can I get this? Okay, where is it? Like when what is it, like the dental commercials or the like dentist commercials, and they say 1 out of 5 dentists recommend or 4 out of 5 dentists recommend. Okay, maybe that one person didn't agree with it. That's okay. I don't worry about you. Or maybe those 4 people didn't agree with it, or maybe those 4 people agree with it. That's fine. I know that everybody's not going to like what I have to offer, but I'm not worried. That's not my target market. I think they always say you want to know your customers. You want to know who you're marketing, the demographics. You want to know like who you're selling to. Obviously, you want to have that market. So I had to like understand like not just vegan people will try this.
True.
I'm not vegan, and I still drink my own milk, and I love it because I know the product that I'm putting out, people that, hey, I want to be, pescatarian. All right, fine. They know that they have to go and purchase fish. They have to, eat fish and other things, whatever, but they're maybe just not going to just eat fish. Maybe they'll have rice, some veg, on the side of it. So the options too are endless. You have to make that. You have to say, okay, I want people to understand that I'm doing this with a purpose, and especially like the recycling and everything like that. Yeah, I want you to know that. And also I want to do it with a foundation too. Like the monies that I'm saving, it'll go to a foundation, somebody, because I'm also working on, I travel. So I know 2 places, Jamaica and Puerto Rico. I'm trying to do some research with their almonds and stuff too. And I think that's been fun because island almonds are different from the almonds here. Okay, they look different, they taste different. I'm like, oh man, that's interesting. because I didn't even know they had almonds there. And then just traveling and doing my own research, I'm learning. And this is where I am right now, you know, branching out with my business and trying to see where I can go, who I can take this to, the product that I believe in, the product that I'm pouring a lot of my time and money into, my baby, you know, because I'm nurturing her, you know, I'm feeding her, I'm watering her, I'm doing the best that I can, you know, and I have my ups and my downs, you know, behind the scenes. It's not always like, yes, girl, I got it all together with no. I'm honest with that. Oh my God. Because people, you know, in big businesses, they have those days when they're like, I don't know what to do. Oh my God. I had a friend the other day with her business. She has a food truck. Broke down on the side of the road on her way to, she had a festival to go to, and she broke down on the side of the road, and it was like, they knew what they had to do. They had a spare tire. They had to change the tire, and they kept going. Don't let one little bump in the road stop you. You will come across that. You will, you know, even on a whole another level of a legal thing. Get that. The back end stuff is very much important. That's why people are like, some people were asking me like, oh my God, when are you coming back? When are you coming back? Because I need my Nilk done.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, wait, I'm doing things behind the scenes that I'm trying to have properly done. Like, yes, I love you guys too. Trust me, we're coming back. But behind the scenes, there's so many things that, like, paperwork wise, like registering your business, making sure that all that paperwork is good. Because you don't want the law to come down on you off of business. No. I don't. So I want to make sure that I have everything properly done. So behind the scenes, that's what I'm doing. You know, you want to make sure that you're up to date on so many different things. If you have, you know, food products, you want to make sure that my ingredients are fresh. They're not expired. You know, if you're using things that are perishable, you want to make sure all of these things. And being in the food business for so long, I remember learning things back when I was 16 that I'm still using today. Like they say, like, if you raise up a child, you know, properly, they'll never leave those ways. It's kind of the same thing. It's been embedded in me, like, hey, Niesha, make sure that you're washing and you're sanitizing, you know, your bottles this way. Make sure that you separate, you know, you dot things like that. Like, I had to invest in dots because I would have certain things that I needed to know, like the first in or the first out. Like, I know I need to use this first, and then everything else goes to trash. And if it expires, I trash it and I get brand new stuff. That's it, especially if it's perishable.
Do you think that there's like a minimum age to start something? Because I know some people are too scared.
Yeah, right. Like, I think I've known 10-year-old business owners. Okay.
Oh, wow. Oh.
I went to an event. And it wasn't for me or anything like that. I just went to an event just so it was a networking event just so I can see how it was going to go, because they have them like, what was it? I think it's monthly or every other month they have this event. Yeah. So there was a little girl there with her business, and a lemonade business. Oh. Like, and that was so cute. But she was on point. Of course, her parents were there helping her and everything like that. But she was the one doing everything. She was the face of the company. She was the poster child. And it was like, and watching her, like, because we went over, we got lemonade, then we kept walking around and everything. But like listening to everything she was saying to her customers and how she was selling her product, it was so cute too. It was like, oh my God. And her parents, they were there, like I said, but she was doing the work. You know, she was doing the work. And they said that she made the lemonade. She thought of the prices. They helped her try to figure out, like, with the bank situation and everything and how she's going to properly handle it. But I'm always blown away with children and how hungry they are, because I listen to a lot of motivational speakers. I love Les Brown. And I think when you're listening to a lot of people, or not even, you know, you're on your day-to-day routine, whatever you're doing, have things and people around you that are going to motivate you. You know, for her parents probably motivated the heck out of her and was like, yeah, baby, you can do it. And I would do the same. Like, yeah, baby, you can do it. Like, believe in what you're doing. Even if it is a lemonade stand. Like, I know I've heard, like, oh my God, how many people have like candle businesses? right? A lot. But guess what? You don't have me as the owner, okay? So I'm a big supporting of Black-owned businesses and small businesses. You know, I have friends of all different backgrounds, whatever. But Black-owned businesses, I do believe that is something that can take, you know, the world to a whole nother level because the creativity that I see, you know, and just learning about so many different things from that happened in like the 50s, the 60s, way before my time, probably like my mom, my grandmother's time, you know, and to learn like a lot of us were business owners, you know, a lot of us were so many different things before that was snatched away or taken or destroyed, you know, off of jealousy, greed, whatever. Yeah. And that's another thing too, like people that sabotage businesses or people that are jealous, or that's why I say the support system that you have is very important. Make sure you have a good support system. Make sure if you feel that something, because a lot of people have intuition, you know, especially women. Feel like something or somebody, and listen to people, listen to them clearly off of the things that they're saying. If you feel that something is not right with a situation, with, you know, an event, like I remember I had an event to go to, and it was like everything wrong was happening that day. And I was like, like, come on, like, I really want to go to this event. I wanted to go. God and the universe was like, no. Sure enough, something happened at that same event. And I was like, oh, thank God I didn't go and pack up all of my stuff and get stuck. Because it was a major issue. There was an issue with lights. Yeah, there was an issue with the plumbing. And I was like, oh, okay, good I didn't go. Yeah. So it's like, God will protect you. The universe will protect you off of a lot of things, and believe in that, you know, or people that try to sabotage things. I like watching, what is the show? Shark Tank.
Shark Tank's good, yeah.
Listen, I've had so many ideas off of doing that because I do want to go on Shark Tank too. I've had so many ideas off of that, how to properly come, you know, with numbers, because that's what they want to hear, like numbers in business. Hello. Yeah, it is a money-making business. I don't think you should just do business just for, you should want to make a difference. But it is a business. So just to be fair and honest, okay, so you want to come proper, like you want to come direct, like I know what I'm here for. I know that I want to make X amount of dollars by this amount of time, and this and this and this, and I want to have this many employees and so on and so forth. Yeah. Have that, and write it down. Write it down. There's so much information. I have like 3 different composition books, like, and random pieces of papers too, because I'll come up with ideas. And a friend of mine I know, he was like, yeah, I keep like this notepad in the shower too, just in case I come up with that. That's funny. Okay. And it's funny that I can't find my phone now, because I wanted to actually tell you something, but it's in my phone. I can't find, but everything happened for a reason. If I can't find it today, I'll find you another day and tell you. Just stuff like that. Like, just know that everything is not going to go right all the time. Just keep going still. So what? Like, I was having an issue with my phone. And so I was able to get my phone, my business line. So I'm happy about that. But what happened was the person at the carrier, they put my name for my business line. So when I call people, they would see my name pop up, and I'm like, no, I don't want my name to pop up. So it took like 72 hours for it to change for my business line, because it's my business line. And I was like, why would I want to call somebody handling business and they see my name on that? I don't want that. I want my business on there because this is my business line, and like I want to be official. Like I want to be official, and it feels so good when you have things like one by one, like even like your credit, things like that for business, like Dun Bradstreet, like, because I want to be global, honey. Soon I will be global. Like, I had to get some of that taken care of too. Like your credit, you want to build your credit, you want to be able to afford things, you know, and they have business credit lines, things like that. But paperwork behind it, yeah, you have to invest in some time to do that paperwork, because it's not going to be like, you know, and let's say starting off, you don't have, you know, what do they call it? Like capital. You don't have that money or a lot of money to actually take care of some of the things or execute what you want to execute. That's fine. Yeah. They have grants and they have loans, but you have to do the paperwork to get those, you know, those funds. So it takes time. So you have to get yourself official. So even with the issue right now with my email and stuff like that. So I don't know if it was the server on the back end side, but everything is gone. Everything is gone. So that's why I had to change my email, because my real email for my company is contact@handcraftednilk.com, right? I had to switch back to the Gmail, which I hate, but whatever, because it's a backup. Until I can fix this, because I lost everything. I lost my website domain. I lost, my email. And it was off of a mistake. The person thought I wanted to stop service, so they canceled everything.
Yeah. Oh dear.
So granted, I'm going through that, but it's okay, because I tell people you can still DM me, you can still email me on my backup. So I had to go on Instagram and change that. I have to change my phone number because everything that I had was attached to my phone number or my email.
Yeah.
So it's just stuff like that. Things will happen out of nowhere and you don't expect it, but you find a way, you will get through it. You will get through it. And some people will give up off of certain things happening. I've heard stories, and they're like horror stories, because I'm like, I don't want that to happen to me, but it may happen. Anything can happen. So just be prepared, for anything to come your way, to show up, getting the letter in the mail, off of your business, being registered improperly, something like that. Just be prepared for those things, because they will happen. That's why YouTube University, Google, those are my friends. Okay. If I could reach out to a friend of mine too, and they have some insight, okay, my friends too, my supporters, my good support team, But other than that, I think that's what it is for a small business owner. Just trying, just keep doing it. Keep doing it.
Well, small for now, but then soon very big. So that's the main thing. Just keep working.
That's it. I can see it now. Like, I literally, it wasn't a dream. It was like a daydream, kind of. Like, I walked into a grocery store and I saw my logo somewhere, and I was like, I saw how it was set up and everything. I was like, yeah, baby, that's it. That's it. Because that's one thing. When you're smaller, you can control a lot more. When you get big, that's when all of the big people come in and like, hey, to save money or to do this. I understand, again, you have to spend money to make money, but I'm also trying to keep my integrity up there too. Yeah. If I say that I only want to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ingredients, whatever, that's all I want to use. I don't want to add anything else, because a lot of people are like, oh, you can use this, and people have told me, I'm like, no, then I won't be raw, or I won't be vegan. And I've made that mistake in the beginning, when I was boiling my almonds, trying to keep them. But no, I'm raw, I'm vegan, and I'm delicious.
Yes.
That's what I want to stick to. And that's why, period. That's why staying true to what your business is. Don't let somebody come in and tell you, you could do this. No, I can't. Yeah. This is how I want to run my business. This is how I'm going to sustain my business. Whether it, stays right here, I'm still going to do that. Whether it goes over, I'm still going to do that. Wherever I stand, this is where I want to be.
Yay.
Period.
So let's thank Niesha once again for spending her time talking to us and providing us with a lot of useful gems. If you guys want to contact her, I will leave her information in the description box below, and make sure to go and grab yourself some Nilk from the Nilk Lady. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.
Bye. Thank you, Cheyenne. I appreciate it. Thank you.